Hey guys, welcome to this week's Generation 9 podcast. Your host, me, Victor Martinez, Ehsan Farahi, Vlad Yudin, and Edwin Mejia. Guys, I just want to send you guys a message, to let you know we appreciate you. We appreciate you guys watching us. Please subscribe, keep showing us the support, and it's very much appreciated. The more we can give you, the more we keep coming with it. And again, without your support, without you subscribing, without you being here, we would not be here. So all appreciate it and want to keep moving forward and giving you bigger things in the future. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys.
So this week's question of the week, or I would say observation of the week.
This is one of the more interesting comments I've seen.
Comes to us from Arthur Smith, 5409. Hate muscle building.
He hates it.
Man, but tell you why. I was 16 to 20, worked out with sand-filled milk jugs until I went into the MC. Got super buff, but all of this time, I believe once you get muscle size, that it was forever.
So you got locked up?
Yeah.
I don't know, MC? I don't know, remember.
Yeah.
I think that's MC locked up, yeah.
Yeah. Usually MC is
Yeah.
a federal lockup.
Then I found out
MCD.
that if you stop, you shrink back to normal. This blew it for me. I get buff and can't keep it. This is not right for my life type shit.
I know, but you say you were lifting sandbags and everything,
Milk jugs with sand.
Milk jugs, I don't know how heavy those milk jugs were or how big they were, but damn, if you got that big,
I love this coming, by the way.
It
was great.
Appreciate it. But so was it good? Do you hate it because
he couldn't keep the size, basically, his muscles from lifting ones?
Most of us wish we could keep the heart on, but eventually it's got to go down, man. Come on, man. It's got to go down. So.
To catch you.
So just having a little bit of muscle is not as bad, A lot of guys, I always hear them, man, I hate walking out the gym after getting a good pump and I just go down. It's like, well, again, it's just basically a point that your muscles do swell up like anything, when you sleep, when you oversleep, your eyeballs, again, going back to sex is all of it. We want to keep it, but there's got to have a downtime. You got to have a downtime, and that's how your body goes into a resting motion, goes into a, survival mode, so not wanting to work out is probably something bigger. Maybe you just don't like the process.
He just wants to be jacked, but not work out, baby.
I mean, there's always implants, I'm not saying you should get them, but there's always implants, But remember, the muscle is just the side effect. Most people do it not just for the look, but also for the feeling. Psychologically,
They like being to it. Yeah,
they like the process of it. Most people, a lot of times I don't even want to work out, but I go to the gym because I need to let go of the frustration, the anger, build up or something. Then what happens? Since I'm working out, I get a good pump and then I start looking better. That's what happens. So the muscle is a side effect, but working out is much deeper than just a look. Okay, it's a feeling, and it's not just cliche thing of a lifestyle. It's just one of these things that you do for yourself. It keeps that balance. Just for anything. Being drunk. You get drunk, eventually you come down from that. Anything good. It's like you always have that high. Whatever sport you like doing. It's just you gotta come down from that high, and it's not really something that you should look down upon. That will basically should be the look of saying, man, I was there, now I'm here. I know I can get back there. Let's keep the vicious cycle going.
Victor, have you ever taken empty milk jugs and filled them up with sand and worked out with them? Have you ever done that?
We were doing paint, cans of paint.
Cans of paint.
Cans of paint.
I've heard of that before.
We did the small cans, and then we did the 5-gallon ones. In Dominican Republic, it was the cement, the jugs, the oil canisters of cement. You see us put them out with, basically you put a freaking metal rod, pour the cement, let it dry. Next day you come back, you balance it, and say, now you have. And it was just one of those things that you do because you wanted to just test yourself. Can I do it? Can I lift it? Or you saw one of your friends doing it, lifting it, you know? I mean, curling those little small cans of paint was, you know, it was fun because it was created. Yeah, it wasn't weights, but you know what? We were doing the process. We were going through the process of curling, getting the pump. So that's one of the things, you know, not liking it is something different. And again, you probably didn't enjoy the process as much. That's the only thing I can gather.
Yeah, but that was a really interesting comment. I thought I don't know if he wants any of the transparent lab products since he's done with lift weighting.
Yeah, man. Well, you know what? We'll give your products to maybe one of your cousins or nephew that likes to work out. You know,
Arthur Smith 5409, please.
We don't let you down, man. Come on, man. We're trying to big you up over here, and
Yeah, of course.
let's try it differently, man. Maybe try some mixed martial arts.
I thought it was a clever comment because maybe people feel the same way. I don't want to keep going to the gym. I want to keep my muscles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but again, it's the muscle is one thing, you know. It's right now.
Totally.
It's everybody wants to lose weight. You know, they're doing all Ozempic. You know, they're doing all this. They lose the weight. You think they're gonna be happy? No. Now they're gonna say, "Man, I lost all the weight and I look flabby." You know, there's gonna be something else, and then there's gonna be something else. It's
Speaking of Ozempic, you guys hear this thing? It's like called the Ozempic phase. Everybody talks about it online. The Ozempic
Yeah.
phase. They put like celebrities like the before
yeah,
and
a few
after.
of them have Ozempic face, Ozempic ass, Ozempic.
I was reading an article.
Ozempic
Ozempic
has?
changed the color scheme.
It does.
Yes.
Ozempic skin. Yeah, it looks like a deflated balloon.
Yeah,
You know?
you turn to like a greenish, like olive skin or greenish.
Interesting.
Yeah. Hit me up. 2 for 5. 2 for 5.
Guys, do not try Ozempic without speaking to Victor.
Yeah. All right. So Arthur Smith 5409, please shoot us your address and we'll send you some products of your choice.
Yeah,
From
and
Transparent Lab.
shout out to Transparent Labs, one of the most amazing sports nutrition companies, in my opinion, one of the highest quality products on the market. Again, we know the manufacturer, we know how detailed they are in terms of their ingredients. They have some of the most amazing products. They have a credible line of products. Make sure you guys check them out.
Yeah, guys, please submit your questions below. Victor will pick at least one of them. And
Yeah, we'll do it.
You need to take your muscles to the max!
Whoa there, Turbo. Do you even know what's in that stuff?
Oh, yeah.
See, most protein powders are filled with artificial sweeteners, food dyes, and filler.
Really?
I wouldn't put that stuff in my body.
Neither would I. Transparent Labs is made with just a handful of all-natural ingredients without any of the weird stuff. Transparent Labs. Protein without the weird stuff.
all right. So we kind of want to talk about something different today, right? So, you know, obviously everybody preaches healthy lifestyle. We on the show obviously talk about health and wellness and stuff like this. But what's interesting is that what's happening in life sometimes, right? You have people that drink and smoke all their lives, literally, and live till way in the 90s, some even past 100.
Yep.
They basically do not follow any type of healthy lifestyle. And then, of course, it's a question of genetics. Are we predetermined how long we're going to live? It doesn't matter what we do in our lives. If we meant to live a certain amount of time, then it doesn't matter how many cigarettes you smoke. Or, by the way, I'm not encouraging that. I'm just saying, like, the genetics basically predetermine everything for us, and what we do in life doesn't play a key role. What do you guys think about that concept?
Listen, I seen that. I seen that with the freaking town drunk, you know, drank all his life. He has some freaking lady who just wanted, you know, to help him out, live longer, to stop drinking. Once he stopped drinking, he died, you know.
Really? He got off alcohol and he died?
Yeah, so it's one of those things. Some people actually tend to live longer because they just build some tolerance, some different kind of tolerance, you
And
know.
they need that kind of like...
Now, if there's balance, you are drinking a little, you are training a little bit, you are doing something. Again, the only other worst things that just going to happen is, without you even knowing, is cancer, you know. So a lot of the things, obviously with the abuse, it's going to cut your life shorter. It's just going to happen, you know, no matter what it is, whether it's alcohol, whether it's cigarettes, the abuse, the buildup, you know, whether you just keep smoking that one cigarette is not as bad, you know, you've done it for the last 15 years, you know, maybe you have 5 more years left, but you don't know. And now when you do stop on that, you know, 15th or 20th year, is it going to save your life? probably already started the process of whatever bad is going to happen. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's your life. I mean, it's just choose how you want to live it. But if it's going to cut your life short, and specifically you got tested, a doctor gave you some blood work, and you know they're telling you, now you have a second chance.
Speaking of alcohol, there was a big surgeon warning, general surgeon warning, like just a couple of weeks ago. Alcohol is directly linked to cancer. Like they link everything to cancer, basically.
Yeah.
Alcohol is now directly linked to potential cancer development.
I mean, these those doctors changing every day, you know.
They change it.
But for this the concept, you have to see how many people for that age drinking alcohol and still alive. Maybe we have 1 of a million.
Yeah. Well, and now you see every,
You know?
Yeah, you're right. You see every major nutritionist and on podcaster as well saying that alcohol is like poison.
Yeah,
essentially.
So everybody says it now. These days.
So I mean, and you see the results. Like, I mean, alcohol sales are down. Nightclubs are going out of business.
They're selling less alcohol, but they're doing more drugs.
Right. So exactly.
The same concept exactly was cigarette, 50 years ago, cigarette, no one talk about cigarette. Cigarette is good, no one can. Everything is good. Right now, yesterday I read the article, there's one cigarette that cut 25 days of your life.
I've heard that before. I mean, but how do you explain some people smoke their whole life, literally, till
that's
they live in the 95, 96?
One of my
Genetic,
clients.
So genetics.
One of my clients, he's 60. My client is 60. His father is 91. He's drinking every night, bourbon, smoking cigar, every single night. And he's a short, fat. He can't walk, he's that fat.
Oh, wow.
But
can't walk, he's that fat.
He go into hospital for checkup. He's good. The heart is good. He's
but
healthy.
He can't walk.
He's fat. That's why he can't walk. But his heart is healthy. He's drinking every night. He smoke every night. That's the genetics. He never lift one dumbbell entire his life.
Strong heart, but his arteries and his freaking colon is backed up.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, semi-healthy.
So you guys know this guy. He became very popular last year. Dr. Mike Israetel. You guys know about him?
Yeah.
I hear about it. I see him. Yeah.
He became like super popular online on Instagram and just other social media. But he was talking about like the importance of moderation. And I guess everybody knows this, like moderation, good versus bad or whatever. He talks about it a lot. But technically speaking, if alcohol is poison, like what he just said, right? Then moderation is not the key. You should completely eliminate it, technically, right? If you never started alcohol in your life, you should not start it at this point. Would you guys agree with that?
I mean, it could hit you differently. I mean, if you never done it again, it's just that one person, that one kid who goes out to a freaking college party and dies that one night. So I mean, for us, I mean, I've been drinking. I still have my beer.
No, if you started already, if you have immunity towards it.
Yeah.
When you started as a young age, body adopted. It's exactly like kids living in Africa with bunch of the virus in the water, but it's still alive. If I go there and drinking 1 cup of that glass that water, I die next week.
Right.
But that person living over there, their body adopts to that level. That's my opinion.
Body's smart, body's strong, it can adapt. So, I mean, for this having a generalization of alcohol gives cancer, I mean, that's just, I don't know what it is. And again, it's government. When government starts saying stuff like that, I don't know what's their angle,
I believe the biggest scam is the sugar and poisoning in the food, in processed
sugar.
Food. Yes.
That's been a thing. Well, last year, actually, a big study came out about cured meats like salami and like deli meats. That was a big.
That's crazy.
Oh, that was the recall from Boar's Head.
No. In addition to that, I'm saying just in general, they're saying cured meats in general cause cancer.
Yeah, but Boar's got hit hard too.
That was like some kind of a disease that they found.
Still, I mean, to eat cured meats. I mean, again, the only reason why I had to do it is because 18, whatever.
The straw meat, that's what you like.
Yeah, I had to do the sandwiches. I mean, I'll do it now if I was hungry, but and I had no choice and no money. But
my question is this: does genetics overpower lifestyle? If you're genetically prone to something, that's always going to overpower your lifestyle?
Genetics and lifestyle is both
Yeah.
together.
But which one is more important?
Both together.
But
If
which
you
one
have a
is-
good genetics and you have a lifestyle since you was kids, yes.
Yes.
But if you don't have genetics, and you have that lifestyle, they catch you. They catch you 40. We see.
So lifestyle will eventually overpower the genetics.
Definitely.
Yeah, the lifestyle can catch up to you. It can just catch up, especially how hard are you doing it,
True.
and
That's
it's-
where moderation comes into place.
Yeah, there's levels to it, moderation, casual, and then just freaking hardcore, Hardcore eventually, it'll just catch up normally, because we are getting older,
Can't party like that.
No, we are getting older, It's like it's just gonna happen,
Body cannot handle that level.
Yeah, we don't recover as fast. So you have to be smart about it, and you have to just be in tune to the way you feel, I felt this way last time I had alcohol. Man, I never felt this crappy. Like,
The hangover gets worse as you get older, yeah?
get
Definitely.
worse,
Yeah.
choose,
Definitely.
switch to alcohol. I mean, that's another thing, Could it be straight freaking alcohol? Could it just be, can wine be a little bit smoother? Stick to something, that's not 80% proof,
Yeah.
Just go to the 12. You bitches, nah.
Or what are the White Claws? People still drink White Claws, yeah?
Oh my God, still?
Oh,
yeah.
no, they still do.
Oh yeah.
There's a few new ones came out, like in the same category, like High Moon, I think.
Oh
right?
no, but remember also one thing I've been seeing is non-alcoholic beverages are on the rise, like huge.
Like
Like in $1
non-alcoholic
billion.
beer? You talking about like non-alcoholic beer?
Everything non-alcoholic, bourbon, non-alcoholic bourbon, just for the taste.
Oh, man, that's kind of...
So you're tasting, the bitterness of whatever the alcohol tastes.
you don't get drunk.
But you're not getting drunk, which I can never understand.
Have you tried that?
I won't try it. I will pour it and I'll put alcohol in it.
It's exactly like the cigarette. It's not cigarette, just you holding in your hand.
Yeah,
Some
I
people,
just
they're
wanna do
addicted
it.
to holding the cigarette, They smoke, but they're not
without lighting
addicted.
it. Without lighting it. You mean
Yeah, there is smoke too, but
Yeah.
there's not nicotine.
It's like, listen, I'm not even going to drink decaf coffee. What is the point? I'm not going to do it. I want coffee. I want fucking coffee, man. Like decaf.
Yeah.
Get it out of my face.
It's exactly like a jerk off.
Ugh.
When you don't have you jerk off.
I know. Yeah, that's it.
Speaking of that, let's talk about the next subject.
I know.
That was a good segue, son.
When you can't do this, you have to do that.
Almost sex.
Almost sex. So there was a study, a few articles that we've seen recently. Is honey a natural cure for erectile dysfunction? You guys heard about that?
I never heard of that.
No,
about
I
that.
never heard of that, bro.
There was an article that I read about it, and then I wanted to see what your opinion on it. And then do you have suggestions?
You're crazy. Every smoke shop will be having freaking honey.
They actually sell
Every smoke shop will have it right next to the freaking erectile pills.
the Rhino pills.
pills.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's always some, some jelly that they,
the
they
honey
have.
jelly that's
Honey
like
jelly.
a
Yeah,
yellow
honey
it's like a
jelly,
yellow.
but it's not honey.
It's not honey per se.
Hyped up honey. It's just not just honey. Honey is, a good source of energy. You can't have it with your freaking diet, right?
No.
Yeah, you can't have it. That would have helped you a little bit in the energy.
No.
But honey naturally is good, and also, I mean,
If you can't find a real one, actually, it's very hard to find a real honey.
I mean, it's not a vasodilator. It's not gonna just, start pumping blood down there, out of nowhere. It's just so. I'm gonna have to say no unless you show me what kind of honey. Then I want to see what's inside this honey. But yeah,
They crushed a bunch of my
yeah. I want to see what kind of honey that is, man.
So Victor, can you suggest for people that are listening any natural erectile dysfunction aids that naturally found in foods that you can think of?
Man, I get in trouble if I do. And shit. I don't really know any of those things, man. I mean, other than Tribulus from,
Tribulus, huh?
yeah, Tribulus. I know. Actually, when I spoke to my friend in Israel, he was swearing, and my friend Al, and about this mushroom test booster he's using. mushroom, and he goes, his Tesla was been higher than ever before.
He bought the mushrooms in a store?
You know, it's a mushroom. It's not an illegal mushroom. It's not a psychedelic mushroom.
Huh.
But it brought up his test level, his, better at sex and all this. And it's just, I can't recall the name of it. He just said he's going to send it to me, but he swore by it.
In Israel?
In Israel. And I'm sure they have it everywhere else. I mean, most of the stuff that comes out usually is out of India, but he swore by it. He said it's great. He's having better workouts, and he hasn't taken tests in over 3 years.
Wow. And before he did?
Before he did, yup. He was your average juice head, and now he's not. So there are many different, ways, different supplements. But again, I think it varies from person to person.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, somebody can try this product, it'll work. So I would have to say, if you want to really see if something works, get one bottle, try it once, but don't hope for it to work. Keep buying the same bottle of whatever supplement it is, because if it doesn't work with one bottle or whatever 1 month treatment, it's not going to work at all.
How about for people that just use Cialis as a pre-workout, like we've discussed?
Yeah,
Cialis is, it works, is made specifically for that, and you use just enough to get a good workout. And people always have a misconception, because if they see a guy, taking a 5 milligram Cialis, they think they're gonna go to the gym, have a workout, and go in the locker room. That's not really the case. It's really just to have good circulation.
It's like half a pill or something, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's just not enough for that. And again, if you are young, obviously it will work regardless, because you are young. But for the most part, it does help for a better pump, better workout, and more blood flow. But again, do you need it? No, there's other vasodilators. There's many other ones you can use. Doesn't have to be Cialis. There's a lot of supplements. I mean, have your pick, But I always say, try it for a month. If it doesn't work, switch. I was always a big fan of I used to go, I remember GNC, when GNC was the shit back then. And I used to just see stuff and just grab it and try it. It didn't work. I didn't have a good workout. Dump it. Move on to the next product.
I mean, obviously, one of our topics today was also eggs. I mean, a lot of people go to Costco to buy eggs in bulk. I mean, obviously, I have, and many other people have. And, one of the topics that came up was that Derek Lunsford actually cut out eggs for his Honor Classic prep. I've never heard of a bodybuilder do that personally. Have you? And what are the benefits of that? And do eggs actually, do they actually give you any type of
some people
bad
have
benefits?
A different reaction.
Or, I don't know.
Some people have a different reaction to eggs. I mean, there was a point that I couldn't eat eggs. I don't know, it was the type of eggs, or and I think it was white eggs. I eat only brown eggs.
Oh,
so
wow.
It could vary. It could be something based on his genetic buildup that the eggs are not.
Yeah, he's posted his training diet for prep, and he was like, he eliminated the eggs from his diet.
Yeah, maybe didn't keep him full enough. So I mean, that's why.
Do you find the difference between the brown and the white eggs?
The brown for me just works better. I was getting a little nauseous when I was eating white eggs, and I thought it was just me until I kept doing it, and I did it for.
Well, you ate a lot of them probably, right?
I mean, right now I'm not eating as much. I only eat like 6 to 8. Not like before. It was 14 eggs.
Yeah, in one sitting.
Yeah, in one sitting. But
I think Jay Cutler said he ate 100 eggs a day or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of eggs, a lot of farting.
100 eggs.
So I just started doing chicken in my oatmeal, and it was, it was different because the eggs much easier to eat. You can just kind of down it. It's just not as long. But the chicken, it was obviously took a little longer to eat, but also sustain my energy a little bit.
But you get more protein from the egg, though, technically.
You can if you eat freaking 100 eggs,
Like Jay Cutler. Speaking of prep, so we spoke about it last time, but Chris Aceto is coaching Derek Lunsford. Obviously, what do you think about that? Because Hani Rambada was a staple in his life for like last 5 years, probably, right? He coached him. You think Chris is on the same level as
Chris
Hani?
got what it takes, man. Have you seen Chris's son? You seen what he's done to him?
No.
His son looks great, man. His son is just I mean, from the first time I saw him, which was 4 or 5 years ago, to the way he looks now, I mean, he's definitely got his dad's genetics, and but Chris can definitely work with anyone. Remember, he was also working with Sean Roden for many years.
Yeah.
You know,
When he
Chris
won
is not too
Olympia-
shabby when it comes to prepping you.
Yeah.
Roden won Olympia when Chris was coaching him.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Chris was with him.
So
through
Chris
his
Aceto
life.
has Olympia winner under his belt.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's got a
He
lot
was
of
he was
winners,
with Jay
you know?
Cutler too.
He coached
Yeah.
no Pioneer Rambat coach Jay Cutler.
Chris too.
Yeah, in the beginning it was Chris.
Chris at the beginning.
Oh
In the
really?
beginning,
Okay.
yeah, they're from the same parts.
No, I
in
know
the
he's a legend. I
Northeast.
know. Listen, I know Chris is a legendary coach. I was just saying. Do you think? What do you think is going to bring to the table for Derek to make a strong comeback? You know.
Well, that's what we're gonna see. And one of the things is when Chris starts working with somebody initially off the bat, and as also with Derek being a Mr. Olympia already, I know Chris is gonna pull every freaking trick out of his hat to make sure he's gonna deliver. So Derek will look good. You know, when you said Chris, I mean that's enough. You know, he's one of those guys that you're like, oh, but he might not. You know, he's not one of the gurus that just has followers in social media.
No, he's a
and YouTube
legitimate.
channel. He's legit. Like he's legit. I mean, he's created so many athletes. I mean, he's had Olympia competitors throughout the years. And out of all the gurus, I think he's been there longer than most of them. I mean, other than Chad and him.
How long did you work with Chris Aceto?
Chris, I remember we did Night of Champions. I mean, off the bat, we won my first show right off the bat.
Oh
working
wow,
with
is
him.
that early on in your career?
Yeah, right off the
Oh,
bat,
wow.
working with him, and it was a decision I had to make because you know, I'm working with Munoz, and
Right.
we already did our thing as amateurs. You know, we have to kind of evolve. I said, Vic, you know, let's keep training. Let me try Chris, and I feel like he's gonna give me a different insight, and he did. It was just a little bit different structure, but at the end of the day, he would just right when you're dieting and going hard, he would just throw a wrench in it and say, like I said before, eat a muffin. You're like, what do you mean I'm dieting? You think you're cheating and all this, but in reality, it's just to reset yourself, and it works. It works, and you know, I said it now. We're only in January. The show is gonna be in early May, Pittsburgh, and you're gonna see he's gonna deliver. He's gonna deliver because Chris, when he really focuses on somebody and he starts see, you know, he already seen where he's been. When
Right.
he won the Olympia. He's seen where he was when he lost the Olympia.
Right.
He's gonna make sure this doesn't happen. You know, and he's gonna right now. I mean, they're doing that right now. So. He's already progressing.
But Samson revealed his updated physique. You guys seen that? Samson's
Yes.
physique. I
His
mean,
physique, the recently physique,
wow. Right?
huge.
Yeah,
Huge and
humongous.
conditioning, both together.
Just he's only getting better.
Yeah, he's getting better. He's young.
He's only getting
the
better.
beginning for him.
Yeah, when you know, he brought in more detail. Imagine just another 5% more detail. That's hard to beat, man.
I don't think he can beat Samson.
I mean, to beat Samson is going to be hard because now he's reigning Mr. Olympia. I mean, and again, you come out perfect. Derek Lunsford, perfect. Samson. Now, how is it going to change? Looking at the different height and stature.
Derek put on a lot of weight as well, right? You guys seen Derek Lunsford?
No, he put on a lot of weight, but remember, it's just going to, you know, take away slightly from his physique because he doesn't have the
Right.
height like Samson does.
Right,
Samson
right.
can put on the weight, but he has a much bigger frame to fill. So he can actually look a little bit more appealing, where Derek is just going to look a little too, you know, oompa loompa muscle, you know. And I'm not saying bad. It's just he's got to be careful not to put on more muscle than his body actually needs or can handle.
I have a question for you. So, a hypothetical question, because you brought up Sean Roden, right? Because Chris Aceto trained him. Do you think if Sean Roden, he won 2016, right? And he was going to make a... No, I'm sorry, 2017. 2018 he won. 2018 he won.
18, yeah.
In 2019, he was not able to compete. Do you think if he was able to compete, do you think Sean Roden would have gotten 2 or maybe even more?
He would have had it.
Definitely.
Yeah, he would have had it.
I think so too. I
Definitely.
think he was just like, you know...
I wish he would have had the love.
Yeah.
I wish he would have had the love from an industry.
2019 Brandon Corey win.
Right.
I mean, he's next to Brandon Corey. Come on.
Well, Brandon was great that year
Yeah,
too.
it was great, but he's next level. Rest in peace. He was like a statue when he was standing in the stage. He was exactly like a statue, and real poser. He posing exactly like what's supposed to be posed. He was complete. That was the moment time for him, but I don't know why you didn't let him to compete. That was the worst thing ever.
They wanted to be politically correct.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's it's just fucked up. I mean, every other sports industry backs up their athletes. They don't keep them from fighting. They don't keep them from not doing anything. They just let the case play out. But
rest in peace to him. I just want to know your opinion.
Yeah, let's not stir that up because it was fucked up every which way you see it.
Yeah.
So that being said, was the next subject.
I think that's it.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us in this week's Generation Iron podcast. Remember, follow us, comment, and like. And if you want to see any of our prior podcasts, please tune into iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you stream. Until next time, guys.